I have thought about the day that I make this video at least a million times, and I've thought about what I'm gonna say and I still don't have the right words, so I'm just turning the camera on today to let whatever comes out come out, and to tell you guys that I moved to California, which is so insane to say. It feels insane, it's unreal. I've been here for about 2 weeks now, just settling in, and I wanted to sit down sooner and tell you guys. I wanted to tell you guys as I was planning to move, but I just really wanted to be sure that this was all gonna fall into place and that it was real and that I was sure that it was what I wanted before I did it. And then at the same time, there were so many moving pieces with figuring out the logistics of my move that it was almost virtually impossible to create content at the same time. I've never moved this far away in my life. So I had no idea how to go about it and what to do, and it's been a whirlwind, that's for sure. But I'm here, but I made it. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Monica Bolnez, and I create content around life, beauty, and health. Today, I just want to talk about how I moved to California, why I moved to California, where I moved, and just all of those good things. I moved to San Diego, California, which is probably about 2 hours from LA. If you haven't visited San Diego, it's a beautiful southern part of California. So many benefits to living here, and it's just beautiful weather virtually all the time. There's so many different like restaurants and little districts that you can visit. There's a lot of vegan options, which is definitely one of the perks to living here for me since I'm dairy-free. I'm not vegan, but vegan options are a lot easier to find than dairy-free options. So I was super excited about that when moving here, and it has not disappointed. I just went to Whole Foods yesterday to pick up some dinner because I was running errands and there was just no time. And there were so many vegan options, it's insane. I think I had vegan lemon rice, vegan coleslaw made with vegan mayo. I had vegan Peruvian potatoes. What else do I say about San Diego? I don't know. I think one of the main reasons why I wanted to live here was because it's just a very outdoorsy environment. Like, a lot of people are out every day riding their bikes or going for a hike or just going for a walk, just enjoying being outdoors. So many options for walking around and being physically active. And I feel like coming from New Jersey, everyone's just so caught up in that our winters are so harsh and so long. So it's like, you finally get that warmth, and it does get warmer outside, and it's such an adjustment to go from like being cooped up indoors and during this like really cold winter to transitioning into the warm weather. So it takes you a little bit, you know, to like bust out the flip-flops and the shorts and like get yourself to the beach and get into that like summer mode. And then by the time you're doing it and you're finally like, okay, I got this summer thing like down, like I'm enjoying this, you know, then it gets so freaking hot. So you kind of switch into like, okay, now I want to be indoors because it's so hot. And then summer's over, and then you're back to like getting chilly because of the fall. And I don't know, I'm so excited to experience a state that has nice weather throughout the year, and I don't even know what it's going to be like. Like, I obviously know that California experiences winters as well, and I'm just curious what that's going to be like when it's not like below 0 temperatures. Like, I need a scarf, gloves, a hat, earmuffs, like a super heavy coat to go outside. And I'm really excited about that. Every single year that I endure a New Jersey winter, I say this is the last time that I live here. Like, I've been wanting to move to a different state that has warmer weather for so long. And I just honestly didn't expect this to be the year that this happened. I guess I'll tell you how it happened now. So I had been looking for some time, if you're familiar with New Jersey, to move to Hoboken, Jersey City area, which was about 30 minutes from where I was living at the time. And I just really had made it like a goal of mine. It was a dream of mine. And I had been looking in the area for about like 2 years, and I hadn't found anything that really clicked. Like, there's just, the timing wasn't right, the area wasn't right, the apartment wasn't right, the roommate situation wasn't right. So I was so discouraged, and I would like look and then stop looking and look and stop looking because I just like was so tired of going through that cycle and not finding anything. And I got a job in Hoboken because I was like, all right, so this is gonna help me like get to know the environment. You know, they say if you're trying to manifest something and in a different area or different state or country or something, like go visit that area and acclimate yourself with the people there, the environment there. And like, not only does it help you get to know if you want to live there, it also like shows you what it's like to live there. It's easier to manifest yourself there because you're physically there. So that was my idea with getting a job in Hoboken. And I finally found a roommate and we finally found an apartment. So this was about like 4 months ago, I think. That day that we had like one day to sign the lease to the apartment, that day was a really, really bitter cold day. I was freezing all day. I had like thermals on under my clothes, my winter coat, gloves. I had heat warmers in my gloves and in my boots, my winter boots. I was still cold. I was drinking a hot coffee. I remember I was at a coffee shop and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I can't believe I'm about to sign a lease to live in New Jersey and do this again for another year. Like, am I crazy for doing this? And at the same time, I was texting my best friend this, who made the jump and moved to California 2 years ago during the COVID lockdown. And she was like, dude, you gotta make it out here. And I had been saying that I really wanted to live here, but I was like, no, I have to do my 1 year back home. I gotta do my due diligence of living back home for 1 year. And then I'm ready to move to California. And that day, just something shifted and I was like, I gotta do this now. Like, I can't sign this lease. I can't do this. So instead of sending the lease, I actually texted the roommate that I was supposed to live with and said, hey, I'm so sorry to do this, but I think I decided that I'm moving to California instead. And I know how insane that probably sounds and sounded at the time, like to her and to everyone around me who I was like on this like stint of moving to Hoboken. Then all of a sudden I was like, hey, I found an apartment, but just kidding, I'm gonna move to California. Like, I can see how that seems a little bit out of the box, but I honestly truly believe that when you feel something like, and you feel it in your gut and your soul and you truly believe it, you have to go with that instinct because that is you, that's who you are. And like, the less you listen to that voice, the less intuition you have and the less you get to make choices from fundamentally who you are. And I don't want that. Like, I want to be able to make decisions based on like what my gut truly wants, you know, like where I truly want to be. So I did it. I took the leap. I moved my whole life out here. I'm so glad that I did it. I don't regret a single part of it. Like, no matter what happens here, there's been a lot of people, like, when you make a big decision in your life, there's gonna be a lot of people that have a lot of things to say about it, that either are speaking from experience and have informed things to say about it, or they're making assumptions, or honestly projecting their like limitations and limiting beliefs onto you. So that came from every single angle, and one of the main things that I heard was like, oh yeah, like if you don't like it, then like what if you come back to Jersey? I'm not opposed to going back to New Jersey. Obviously, like, I never say never and you never know what's gonna happen, but I just know that in my gut I was supposed to move here and there was a reason for me moving here. Something was calling me to California, and something's gonna come out of this experience that is so powerful, positive or negative, that I had to make this move. So that's the way that I look at it. And I don't know, I wanted to make this video also for anyone who's considering making this type of move. And if it's something that's scary and it's really far away from home and like it's hard to get support from people around you to like help you kind of emotionally and mentally prepare yourself for something this big, I just want to urge those people to lean on yourself only. Like, you will have a support system obviously, but you need to make the decision to move. Like, you have to decide that it's what's right for you, and you have to do that before you tell other people, because then when you're not sure if you want to do something or not and you tell other people, you're very influenced by their opinions. Versus if you wait until you know it's what you want in your soul. Like, when I told people that I was moving, it wasn't up for discussion. It wasn't like I was waiting for anyone's opinion. I wasn't waiting for anybody to tell me like, oh, you should do it, oh, you shouldn't do it. Like, I was doing it. Whether those people thought I should do it or not, I knew I was gonna do it. That was such a freeing experience for me, and I definitely urge you to just have that like security, you know, like have that like sense of self and like be so sure of your move and yourself and what you want to do that no one else could change your mind or change the way that you feel about what you're about to do. I think that's a piece of advice that not a single person told me and that I wish someone had told me, because it would have made me feel like what I was doing was the right thing. Like that the fact that I was just doing it without other people's opinion, I would have liked to know that that was the sign of a healthy move, that was the sign that you're going where you need to go and life is taking you exactly where you need to be. So what's next for me here in California? A lot of things. I'm really excited to create a lot of documentation around this experience and bring you guys along with me, and just even in these 2 weeks, it's been such an amazing experience to just be able to get up and go to the gym, and the beach is literally 10 minutes away. So I got my bathing suit on and I'm about to head there soon because it's beautiful today and the UV index is like 11. I'm excited for a lot of beaching. I honestly like something in my gut, and I've gotten a lot of like other signals from the universe and from friends and family that I'm gonna make a lot of friends here, and it's gonna be a really important chapter in my life, and I'm really excited to see that. I've been working a lot since I got here for the past 2 weeks, but once I get myself into a routine where I can establish a lot of balance, I know that I'm gonna be so happy to branch out. All I can do is smile, and I'm really proud of myself, and I just really want to encourage anyone out there who wants to do this that it's gonna be the best thing that you ever do for yourself. If you're not happy where you're living and you feel like it's not like helping you get out of your shell and explore who you truly are, then it's so worth it to make that move. So I'm so excited for the rest of the content that's gonna come out of this experience and this move and just my day-to-day life. So I'm already thinking of all the different content that I can create once my room is actually settled, because it is not settled whatsoever, even though it may look like it just because I have my closet behind me. I can't wait to do a room tour for you guys and show you what I picked out and the color scheme that I went with. So if you're interested in seeing more content around this move, then please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and turn on notifications by hitting that little bell so you can get notified when I post my next video. I might make another video because I don't even know what else to say. There's just so much. I could give advice on the move, and there's just so many things that I could talk about this move. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.